Okay, what we have here is a DC jack. It's where you plug the power into on a laptop. Somebody was kind enough to play roughly with a laptop and they ripped it completely out. So as you can see, right there, yeah, there we go, is where it's supposed to be at. The reason this happened in the first place is because at some point in time they decided to take apart the laptop and ended up ruining all the screw holes for this laptop, so there are absolutely no screws all along the base here. They cannot be put back in unless you replace the entire plastic casing, which is quite costly. So, on that note, here's the laptop, and if you watch this right here, you'll see why it did what it did. You see that gap just coming open? That's from the screen. The screen is apparently attached to the top bezel where the keyboard and mouse is. So now we're going to go about fixing that. And you'll have to bear with me. I'm using a webcam and probably not going to be paying attention all too much. So here we go. All right. If you feel like trying this at home, go for it. All right, let's get that adjusted. And there we go. All right. Start at the bottom of the laptop. It's usually how you end up taking apart just about every single laptop. So we've already got 2 screws out right here, so I'm just going to go ahead and take this whole shield off. We're going to take that, set it off to the side. This is your hard drive. This is where all of your data is stored. Not to be misconstrued with your RAM. Entirely 2 different things. So now we've got that hard drive out. We're going to go about taking all the screws out of it now and every other cover there is. That's where you can add an additional Wi-Fi card, looks like. No plug for it, so it's completely useless. This is the Wi-Fi card, wireless. To receive it, you must have a Wi-Fi card. And that is the Wi-Fi chip. This is the memory, RAM, as they call it. CD drive, stick that side there. Front side view of that. That's what everybody's familiar with. Battery. As you can see, I'm going to show you real quick. A little pile of parts here, and that's all there is to it. Just keep piling them up. Get y'all a better view here. Alright. There we go. Alright. And it looks like we've got every screw out of it. Oh yes, and the reason why I'm not replacing the plastic on this one is because the person specifically stated that they could not afford $140 to buy all the plastics. And that was just to buy it. That wasn't including installation. It's a darn shame on the fact that it was so expensive. Alright, now we're going to remove the keyboard. Every model is different when it comes to removing keyboards. So this one luckily has little pins right here. You just push them back. And then lift up that end. And set something underneath it. Whoops. Okay, I think there's a screw underneath here. Let's check this out. Oh, and I thought wrong. It is taped. Oh, there it goes. There she is. $15 keyboard. Now, we will remove all the screws from in this area. Okay, it looks like all of them. Now we're going to do the cables. Alright, now we're going to lift up the bezel. Palm rest, top bezel, either or, whatever they decide to call them. Many different names. Something is holding it. Right there. There we go. Did miss a screw on the bottom. Alright. And that is palm rest, top bezel. Now we have the motherboard. This is usually the #1 cause of most deaths in laptop. Lint and dust gets right here. It has a radiator assembly. Air gets packed in. Most people try to use a can of air and blow the air in here. What it does is it forces the lint and dust in through here and clogs up the fan, and then their fan don't turn anymore. #1 killer of all laptops. But in this case, we're going to go ahead and clean it out and do some preventative maintenance on it. But as far as it goes, this laptop is not in here for that reason. Then we're going to take the LCD off. Okay, I needed to just take that off so I can get to some wires that were underneath the left hinge. So I don't have to take it completely out. I can just get enough space to where I can move it a little bit. And this right here, if you look at this, whoop, where'd it go? Hang on a second. There it is. Alright, what they like to do is you'll have a piece of plastic, and focus is a little bit bad on this camera. All it is just a little piece of plastic with a metal rivet punched into the plastic. That is what is broken on this laptop to the point to where they cannot close the case. So if you look, you take a screw right there, and bam. Whoop, other side. Screws in there. Problem is, these little plastic pieces, plastic naturally being not as strong as metal, and they break off and they're actually a part of the case. So, yeah, you have to replace the whole bottom bezel. Alright, now here is where the DC jack goes to. Used to on the older model boards, they are attached to the board directly and you have to desolder them or literally weld them off of the motherboard. In this case, they've gotten a little bit smarter over time and now they're attaching them to the end of 2 wires and then just using a quick connect to attach them to the motherboard underneath here. So on that note, now we take these wires, open them up some, tin them, and put the DC jack back on there. Alright, let me get ready for that. Matter of fact, I'm just going to go ahead and pull this board out. Real simple. Ta-da! It's out. And there we go. Should make life a little bit easier to work on with it like this. I'm going to set this motherboard off to the side. Alright, and we have completely removed the LCD. Yeah, real simple tools. Ah. Okay, probably can't see that, but if you look there, 2 wires, I've stripped the actual plastic off of them on the end. Now I'm going to twist them together. Now I'm going to do the same thing for the negatives. Okay, now I have to do a process which is called tinning. I have to actually tin the ends with solder. So here we go, let me get some few tools. Sadly enough, I actually use more chemicals than I actually do tools. Weird. Alright, this right here is a paste flux. Helps solder melt a lot easier and draws it to metal. Squeeze a little bit out the end. Doesn't require much. soldering iron, good and hot. All right. Okay, now we have to prepare the DC jack again. This wire right here has got to go. That will be the negative, and then the positive will tie in right there. Scary how close they are, but well, do what you got to. Alright, y'all excuse me, I'm another puff on my inhaler. Yes, I shouldn't smoke, but I do. Okay. Okay, ground is now attached. There we go. Much pretty. Now to do the positive. Alright. See if y'all can see that. Get a better view. There we go. I wish the quality was a little bit better up close, but it isn't. But there you go. What's up?
Oh, I gotta find those teeth things. She's coming tomorrow because the birthday party Saturday.
Okay. Well, I'm recording a video right now. That was my sister Alicia. A bunch of y'all know her. Alright. Now,
Oh, found it. I lost it.
alright, now the DC jack is tied directly on here. I'm going to commence to putting it back together. Alright folks, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, take a short little break here, and then come up with a method of how in the world I'm going to fix this guy's hinges when he doesn't want to pay the money to do so. So we will figure it out. Alright. Alright. We are back. Adjusted the resolution a little bit on this little webcam here, made it a little bit easier. Also, went ahead and come up with a method that we're going to use on it. I hope it works as well as I think it's going to. If it doesn't, well, there's not much I can do. But we're going to use hot glue. Alright. With the hot glue warm up there, and then I'm going to go ahead and get the LCD back on. All right. Now let me think this over a little bit. The biggest problem I have with doing it this way is the fact that if anybody else has to take this thing apart, it's going to be a complete and utter nightmare. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be me. If anything ever happens to this laptop, I'm going to have to take it apart. So. Okay, one side down. Let's see if we can get rid of the rest. Okay, I'm gonna put the battery in it. That way I don't get too big a seal there. Ooh, she's warm. Alright, and there's a quick view. I'll clear off all the excess glue on the ends and shine it up real well, but hauling all the DC jacks in there, and she will run, and you save a little bit of money. Until maybe you get another laptop. There's no telling. Just keep this one going. And IR's rambling. Oh well. Here we go. Next side. Yeah, that's hot. Well, better idea. Probably wasn't the best of ideas, but again, like I said, that's the way it goes. Alright, that one looks like it will actually take a screw. And it did. Alright, she seems to be holding together pretty damn well. She took the pressure of the screen lifting, so that's a good thing. Put in the rest of these connectors and start putting her together and give her a good test. And the screwdriver used to be magnetized, but apparently it isn't. Yes, that's a myth. You can work on a computer with a magnetized screwdriver. It's such a low magnitude that it doesn't really make much of a difference at all. Some may argue. Alright, now reversal and put back together. And now to replace the screws that were lost in the beginning before it came to me. Yeah. These are all from laptops that have been scrapped out. A lot of laptops. And if you look right here, you should see a yellow light, or orange light, I mean. And that means that it is now charging with the adapter. So now we can actually power it on. We'll give you guys a different type of view. You're going to be upside down, but I think you'll be alright with that. Let's get the glare off it best I can. There it is, login screen. We'll go ahead and polish up the screen and then use a razor blade to cut away the excess glue, and that's pretty much it. A little bit of soldering, a little bit of gluing. So I guess that pretty much concludes our video. Till the next one.